Sonic Chronicles and the Dark Brotherhood. What happened? This is a video by Matt Muscle. We watched one of these videos before, so let's enjoy this. And I'm here together joined by Percy Packrat. How are you doing tonight?
Hey there. I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. I'm stepping out of my HQ for once and coming and hanging out with you.
Oh my goodness, you're so smooth at that. You're so smooth. Okay, hi YouTube. Hi YouTube time.
Hi YouTube.
Welcome everyone. This isn't the first time we've covered BioWare.
God, check out
here
this
on What
DS
Happened,
quality.
And in all likelihood, this won't be
Oh,
the
God.
last time we'll be covering.
Hey, don't knock it completely. I mean, I'm not trying to defend Dark Brotherhood here, but I'm
Yeah,
just
but,
saying,
like,
the DS had some nice little pixels.
Yeah,
That was pretty good.
It did, but like look at like the Sonic Chronicles Sonic model versus like the Sonic Rush Sonic model, and the difference is immediate.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, it's nutty.
In BioWare
Hope you're doing well,
here on
Exodus.
What Happened. But thanks to Big Boss Zachary down at the Flophouse VIP Patreon, we're going to be instead turning back the clock to what might be their first big misfire, the first chink in their armor. 2008.
Wasn't it Sonic 3 that you said before this video? Sonic 3 was like the first. You said like Sonic had 3
Oh no,
big
this
misfires.
is oh yeah, well this is he's talking specifically about BioWare.
Oh.
Because BioWare was the developer of this game. This one wasn't Sega. Sega's 3 big misfires whenever it came to mismanaging Sonic are Sonic 3, Sonic 06, and Sonic Boom. With like Sonic 3 had the McDonald's thing, Sonic 06 and Sonic Boom had whole things. Funny enough, that Matt actually covered in videos of what episodes of What Happened about Sonic 06 and Sonic Boom.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Sonic Chronicles,
more
the Dark
content.
Brotherhood, or as I prefer to
call
call it, Sonic Chronic. It's 2005, and BioWare is fast becoming one of the hottest studios in the world, having just delivered the fondly remembered, best-selling, highly reviewed Jade Empire, which 15 years later has just sort of been ignored by Microsoft.
Only on Xbox.
And BioWare themselves.
Only on Xbox. God.
Anyway,
you know, it really is a shame seeing what happened to BioWare. Because Mass Effect is one of my favorite game trilogies of all time. I adore Mass Effect, one of my favorite sci-fi series in general.
Did they go to did they go down like Activision?
Oh no. BioWare is owned by EA.
Say no more.
And yeah.
Let's continue watching.
Something even bigger was coming down the pike. The M to the A to the double S effect. So they were on the precipice of superstardom, if they weren't there already. Now, around the same time frame, a similar explosion of popularity was going on in the world of handhelds, thanks to the Nintendo double screen ballin'. Taking advantage of this, BioWare then tasked a very small team to investigate what they could do in the space, and they came to the most natural conclusion, making a Sonic the Hedgehog RPG exclusive to the DS with touchscreen only controls that ended in a whimper as it promised a sequel that never came. So, what happened? Well, while such a
it
still does sound incredibly random on paper, and
seeing those like little I kind of miss like the DS like gameplay, which is like the little stick just tapping shit. Like, remember, have you ever played like Elite Beat Agent?
I haven't played it myself. I had a friend of mine who played it a lot, but I haven't played I don't play too many rhythm games off the top, off cuff, honestly. Like the last ones I've played are like the Guitar Hero games, and I was awful at them. I was dog ass.
I remember seeing games. I remember who would buy. I get it. Maybe someone who's really big fan of like Guitar Hero, but I remember seeing that one machine where it's like you put the Guitar Hero on the DS and it's just like a little accordion. It did not give it. Yeah, I'm totally playing a guitar on a Nintendo DS. It looked weird. It looked fun. It looked like a.
That sounds. God, that just sounds like. God, that just sounds like you're just begging for carpal tunnel. What the hell?
I mean, I take carpal tunnel any day as long as I get to enjoy Kid Icarus Uprising on my 3DS.
God, don't even get me started on trying to play that fucking game. Oh my god.
But it's good. But it's a good game.
Random.
Oh yeah,
Just
it's a good
mostly.
game.
In
Don't
an
get me
interview
wrong.
with Nintendo Power, former
don't get me wrong, it's a good game.
founders, Ray
It's just on a
Mazeika and
really
Greg
bad control
Zeschuk
scheme.
Yeah.
Like, what the
explain
fuck
why
are you
this
thinking,
was a
Sakurai?
thing that indeed happened. We know Sega president Simon Jeffrey very well. He worked with us on Knights of the Old Republic when he was at LucasArts. I think we were just talking to him about various possibilities for working together. We talk periodically, and I think we were discussing our passion for Sonic at one point. We thought it would just be cool to do something together and see what we could make happen, and it just kind of developed from there. Now, while
Yeah,
that
it really
seems
is wild
simple
just how
enough,
much of, like-
there's another interesting connection here.
How much of a
and
massive
if you allow me-
coincidence this game is.
Is
It's
it
like a
good?
cer-
Is the story good at least or not?
The story is kind of hit or miss. It just kind of depends on if you enjoy RPGs. It does a lot to expand the plot, but unfortunately, for reasons that the video will get into, they can't explore any of that plot. And in all official sources that talk about this game, it's been completely written off as non-canon.
Oh boy. So Resident
Yeah,
Evil
wh-
Revelations for the Nintendo 3DS, that was a thing. I remember there was also that one horror game that was like a typing game on the 3DS.
Oh, don't even get me started on the 3DS port of Metal Gear Solid 3. Holy shit.
Just a moment, I can
greenlit
crazily
this.
connect those dots for you.
Oh.
In April of 2020, a mediocre YouTuber made a video about Sega's failed reboot of Golden Axe Beast Rider, and Sega of America hires one Simon Jeffrey, formerly of LucasArts, as their new CEO to hopefully bring in sweeping changes into their business model, since they were hot off the heels of leaving the hardware business. So yeah, Simon Jeffries made a lot of
I still
friends
own a
when he
Sega
worked at
Dreamcast.
LucasArts,
Me
and
too.
those friendships continued on once
Absolutely
he left the
peak
company,
console.
which coincidentally many have cited as the beginning of the end of LucasArts in general. When Sega hired him to head up their US operations, he tried a lot of different things to get the company a lot of back on track, and it's this close relationship with BioWare that led to the creation of Sonic Chronic. Off the bat, though, there were some issues.
Yeah, you can
BioWare
play
was
Rush the Bat.
accustomed to working on the most
Oh yeah, there's a
cutting-edge
pretty
machines,
wide variety of
PCs
characters
and
you
the
can have in your
Xbox
party.
primarily, so adjusting to the very restrictive and underpowered nature of the DS took some extra time. Scaling back their usual ambition was also a concern, because up to that point, all of BioWare's worlds were richly detailed RPGs with a lot of depth and a lot of production time. The smaller team
Oh, yeah.
assigned to the project, therefore, had less turns
I
of
would
the
totally
clock
suggest
when
if you wanna
compared
play,
to
like, a really
previous
fun
ones,
BioWare
which
RPG,
resulted
like a
in some
sci-fi
cut
RPG.
corners here and
Like,
there. Now,
I would
to
totally
present-
suggest Mass Effect. Like,
I've
'cause,
always
like,
wanted
it's
to.
not.
Well, I
It's
watched
not
my
like
brother play them.
Yeah, because it's like it's less of like a traditional RPG and more of like just open,
Damn. There
like
really
a
is a
wide
variety.
open.
I just saw Big
like-
the Cat and the Scream the Rabbit right there.
Oh yeah, like
Who
there's
is
like
not
all
in this
kinds of
game?
characters.
Who is not in this
Let's see.
game?
Off cuff, I know
Is
that
Shadow here?
Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, Amy, Shadow, Rouge, Omega, Cream, Big, Eggman, and some original characters. I'm pretty sure are
What
in
the
this
heck?
game as
Just put
playable party
everybody
members.
and then some.
Yeah, just push everybody in there.
Like those cut corners, I have here a special guest who can further illustrate what went down with Sonic Chronic and the
Ooh.
Darkness Bunch. He's a big Sonic fan himself, loves his coffee.
Some call me
and-
Johnny.
Oh, some Gamiani!
What?
I watched that
What do you-
channel.
What do
Yeah.
you mean not,
Oh yeah, me
dude?
too.
Yeah,
It's been a minute.
I'm done with this game. I covered it in 2008 and 2017, and I enjoy it less and less each time, so I'm good. I'm
So
doing
real.
the other thing.
Oh, the other thing we're gonna be talking about later?
Yeah, the other thing.
Crossover.
The other thing.
I remember this is giving me memories of when YouTubers and YouTubers did crossover, and it was so fun. And now
God.
it's now it's
I
time
remember, like-
VTubers.
Yeah, I remember like my first ever experience with Some Call Me Johnny was all the way back in like 2011 of like the little animation he did of Sonic with Sonic Generations.
What is this? A crossover episode?
Yeah. Oh, a crossover episode with a crossover episode
Oh damn!
The-
Sain from the
the
Net
Sain-
City and PackRat from the
from
where you from?
PackRat HQ.
From the
PackRat HQ,
it's
which is
PackRat HQ.
a nondescript cave and a nondescript pocket dimension.
Mm. I don't live
Which,
in a
you know,
city.
in
I
a-
work in a city.
Yeah, and I live in a pocket dimension that I can appear at anywhere, any place, anytime.
That's it. You teleported through a hole and you get back. You got here into the Net City hole. My hole.
Yep. Right in the Saints hole.
Yep.
Right in the Saints hole.
Anyway, the Sonic team, no, not that.
I
Sonic.
think could solo
BioWare
Mad
team
Muscles.
headed up
Damn.
by Mark Dara, who had been with the company
Crossover
since its
Inception.
founding and is one of the few remaining original
Cross-ception.
employees.
Those
were in a
bees
unique
remind me of,
and
like,
not
Jet Force
entirely
Gemini.
enviable position.
Oh yeah. Oh.
They like
The
BioWare.
buyout
Oh,
from
yo.
EA
Oh,
would
no.
certainly
Yeah,
put a
that
bit of
was
pressure
a
on them to
mid-production
finish up
update.
at the earliest convenience, because
Very
while
bad-
EA's
very
big
bad for
power play
BioWare.
would never outright cancel Sonic's LARPing adventure, since Sega's contract predated it, it's still natural to assume that the 30-person team was wanted elsewhere to help out on bigger projects. You know, these guys. There's plenty
no
of
doubt.
evidence of a
Oh.
rushed game here.
Dragon
with
Age was
one of
good.
the most notable pieces
Do what?
being the
Dragon Age was good. SWAT bot. What the fuck is this music?
Yeah, the music.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah.
BioWare had crafted an all-original soundtrack,
Yeah,
but
there
due
it
to
is.
some still unnamed legal issues, much of the work couldn't be used. This allegedly occurred very late into development, and with very few options afforded to them, the team simply grabbed some random Sonic jams off the internet, I think, and shoved them wherever they could fit.
Oh yeah, here's a comparison.
What? So they are they
Yes.
like did they like stole minis from fans and then just put them in the game?
Oh no, he's just making like a gaff, like he's just joking
Ah.
about it. But like basically, they took like existing Sonic music, and like it's not like it's the first time that Sonic has just remixed his own music to use in later games, because it's like
Uh-huh.
so much of Sonic Adventure soundtrack is just straight up ripped from Sonic 3D Blast. Like the second half of Windy Valley is just Green Grove Zone from Sonic Adventure.
I like that
Or
song
from
though.
Sonic 3D Blast.
I like it. Yeah,
The Twinkle Park, like the beginning of Twinkle Park, like the karting bit
Yeah.
is just like Puppet Panic Zone from 3D Blast.
Really?
It's pretty funny. Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. I like the Twinkle Park, the second half. Yeah,
like the first part, like yeah, like the first part of it where like you're doing like the karting in space. It's like
Yeah. It's
That's
awesome. I like that.
That's from Sonic 3D Blast, like specifically the Genesis version.
That's cool though. I like that. It's a
Yeah.
little, but it's I don't know. But
Yeah,
let's
I
keep
have
watching.
Sonic musicisms. I have Sonic musicism, which
I
is kind
like
of
it.
obvious because
Me
in all
too.
of my videos, every one of my videos, intros and outros are underscored with Sonic music. So I know everything that has to do with Sonic music.
Damn, I love video game music.
Let's listen to this.
Sonic Chronicles Central City. What the fuck is this penis music?
Over half the game's OST is just low-quality MIDI remixes of old tunes, which is a far cry from the mission statement laid out in that Nintendo Power interview I mentioned earlier. We were
Yeah, for a
interested in
Sonic
making
game,
really
a character that
high-end
represents
handheld
speed,
project.
it sure
That
is
was
slow
the
as
other
shit
thing that
when
was
like
actually very
Mickey moves in
important to us.
battle.
We play a ton of handheld
Oh, yeah.
games, and generally, most of the high-quality handheld stuff is coming out of Japan. There isn't
Oh
a
my God.
lot of North American
There was a bad somersault. I was looking at
so
that.
we thought it was a great
Oh,
chance
God.
to team up and do that. So yeah, that doesn't really jive with that initial
This is kind of
plan, so it's
disrespectful. Just like,
clear
I
that
released
at
it for
the
because
very
we need
least,
to
something went
please the
down with
overlords
the
of Sega.
music, and it went down hard.
God, yeah, it is awful.
I understand, like there's money
Now,
to
as
be,
for the
to be
story,
lost if they don't
it
release it
also
soon. But at the
kinda
same
has a
time,
rushed
at
feel
this
to
point,
it,
you're gonna
and
lose
that
double
can't
money
be
if you're
more
like, if you know the
evident
state
than
of
in
it.
the ending itself. BioWare added a
God,
new
the
villain,
ending of this
characters,
game.
and lore, but spoilers, it simply just ends on a massive cliffhanger that begs
God,
for
the
a
ending of this game is
continuation.
so bad.
Now, the intent here was to probably, continue it, but designing any video game with a cliffhanger ending always has a 50% chance
Oh,
to
that's Shadow.
bite you in the ass, as almost
Hi,
no
Shadow.
game is ever guaranteed a sequel.
They
It's
each get a little
worse
childlike
here,
equipment
though, since
accessory, right?
most people
I imagine this is like an
RPGs
RPG
for the
thing.
story, so
Yeah, you can equip
concluding with
Chao
an
to give like different
incredibly
buffs and stuff.
unsatisfying ending is a
It's like
bit
it's like the gins in Golden Sun.
Upon release, Sonic Chronicles wasn't exactly greeted with the response that a high-quality AAA
That's clever,
RPG
though.
would receive, something that BioWare typically
See, I like
enjoyed.
giving.
Many
Sometimes
people
when a game does something, you know, if it's bad, I'm not gonna them, you know, take down everything about it. You know, does the game look bad? Somewhat. It's not the worst game that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's not like it's not like bad games haven't gotten sequels before, and Shady Cleric there in the chat just said BioWare was planning on continuing and doing the sequels anyway, even if it wasn't received the greatest. But it's because of what would come as a result of this game that it nixed any and all possibilities for a sequel.
that's
And the
kind of insane.
canonicity of the game completely thrown in the trash. Because it's like, I mean, if a dog-ass RPG like The Legacy of Goku could get a sequel, then
Legacy of Goku. Those games are fucking wild.
yeah, God, because the first, the second one and the third one, Boo's Fury, are great, like top-down, like action RPGs on the GBA. The first one is ass. It's so bad.
That's very unfortunate. I remember that it was pretty bad. It reminds me of like one of those games like shovelware. It definitely is the definition of shovelware. Like they just make it to please someone, because someone is gonna play it. Someone is gonna buy this because, hey, my favorite cartoon character is here. Oh no, it's shit. It's like it's
bad. It's
that's how I felt when I played the first Yu Yu Hakusho game for the Game Boy Advance. It was so bad as well. It was fun. It was ungodly bad, but well, it is what it is. Also, Ashton, you remember the story about this game, how this game was made? Yeah, that's what we're listening. I'm learning about this right now, and I don't know. I never gave it a chance. I remember someone highly praising this game. I don't remember if it was an IRL friend or someone on the internet, but it was like they were like, "Yeah, no, it's like Sonic is an RPG. You know, you never seen that before. It's like you're probably getting hooked on the juice that is like the idea of Sonic in an RPG more than what the hell it is."
Felt a bit
like Sonic could have totally had a good RPG.
It was an
they just needed to make a good game.
RPG
No doubt.
that just kinda existed. With dull environments, slow movement speed, the aforementioned audio issues, and the clunky touchscreen controls really didn't make it feel like the high-quality, polished handheld watermark that they were going for. Now,
it also suffers from seeing all these characters. It also suffers from like that. Yeah, they try too much.
And dialogue.
Oh yeah.
Sonic and his
because if they don't put all the characters, and maybe this was the same. Is this the same era where Sonic Heroes came out and all those like, you know, Sonic Heroes unfortunately put into people's head like, yeah, a Sonic game should have many Sonic characters. Meanwhile, Mario, meanwhile Mario here be like, Mario games be like, what's this game's playable character? It's Mario. Oh, and what is this other Mario game's playable character? It's Mario. And what is this other?
It's Mario.
And what about this other game that looks like Mario? Oh, it's actually just Luigi. There is no Mario at all. In fact, it's a
it's like
it's just
it's definitely much like. I feel like it's definitely during like the mid to late 2000s where Sega just had this idea of shoveling more and more characters in, because it's like, and then they regressed super hard, like overcorrected to where only Sonic was playable for so long. And I feel like it was definitely like the sweet spot with like Adventure and Adventure 2. Because it's like Adventure, they had introduced all these play styles, and Adventure 2, they took the three best, and they took the three best one, which is like the speed, treasure hunting, and shooting, and they refined them to a good solid point for Sonic Adventure 2. And then, of course, you know, they threw the baby out with the bathwater when they made Sonic Heroes.
See, I'm gonna tell you as someone who is like an aspiring game designer or a frustrated game designer that never got to be one. When you put as many characters, all these abilities combined, you have to probably also take into account like all the things that they're capable of doing. And one of the biggest examples that I think about this is like I heard someone ask me like, why didn't they put Luigi as a playable character in Mario Galaxy from the beginning? First of all, the story is about Mario's adventure in space. It's not about Mario
Yeah.
and Luigi's adventure in space. And second of all, I know that Luigi appears in future games as like the easy mode. Like now you can play as Luigi, like thing. That's a Mario Galaxy joke, by the way. But
Yeah, like after you beat the game, you can play as Luigi, and I believe the only difference is that Luigi can he has like ice physics and he can jump higher.
Yeah, so they did gave him like a little bit of like a pseudo handicap, which is like Luigi is slippery as hell, but also the whole idea of like jumping way too high breaks the game. Like there's too many puzzles. It breaks too many puzzles. So that is no fun. They want the player to be able to achieve what they're capable of doing. So you can replay the game, but an entirely new perspective of like now you can play like this, which I think is okay as like as a reward. Because it gets a replayability if you like it a lot. It's completely optional. Did I play?
Yeah, because like the game is like because like the game is like built around playing as Mario.
Yep.
So that way, like the level design, everything is built around playing as Mario. So that way, whenever you like unlock Luigi, who plays slightly different, the level design wasn't exactly made for him in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Luigi was still crafted in a way that works with the level design, but the level design was made with specifically Mario in mind.
Yeah, the reason I'm bringing that up, and I don't want to deviate too much from this video's topic. I saw these characters, and it's cute. That works in an RPG, but it would have been better if they focused on like the few. And I also noticed that they weren't just being played in the battles; they also playing like outside of the battles. So, and I imagine like some of the switching back and forth would be kind of annoying.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of like switching back and forth to deal with like context sensitive like overworld stuff. Like it's like you have to go over here, but you need a fly character. You need to go through this shuttle loop, but you need a speed character. You need to break this boulder, but you need to use a power character.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of content. Yeah. Typically, this kind of ways to like block off content without making it too obvious.
Mm-hmm. All right, let me keep playing.
Had up to that point, which was a breath of fresh air when you consider that.
So, how did you know it wasn't the real one?
Tails! Because you just told me, Fox Boy.
I was making a joke about it. I was okay. Pause. Hold on, sorry, Chad. Last night I was making a joke about this same exact moment with someone on stream. It's the fact that the audio in like Sonic Adventure 2, the music is so much louder than the voices of the character.
Yeah, the sound mixing is so bad, and because the time, I don't know if it was like a Japanese to English translation error thing,
Probably.
but like the timing on the audio on the like dialogue files too is so bad.
Yeah,
like,
it was
I know
really
there's a mod.
fools.
I know there's a mod that fixes it. There's a mod that fixes it. There's a mod for everything. For Sonic Adventure 2, I have a mod that puts one of my Sonic OCs in the game.
Yo, that's crazy. Also, it
my
wasn't
OC,
fools. Thanks, Shady.
Yeah, my OC Mint the Hedgehog. But
Hey.
but yeah.
Oh, should I go?
Oh yeah, go.
I need to see that OC. I need to see your OCs.
Suffice to say, the reviews were decidedly average, but the game wasn't bad or broken, and honestly, it laid enough groundwork that a sequel could potentially improve just about everything, and hopefully continue that.
Like some of the things are cute. You show me this, and I'd be like, "Oh, interesting." And then,
BioWare, specifically Sonic Chronicles Associate,
there's some interesting elements in here.
A sequel was.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a lot of
Eggman. He was so weird. No, put Eggman in the machine.
Opportunity if the game
put him
is
in the
successful.
doohickey.
In any case, our team is definitely ready to work on a sequel. We even have a precise idea of what to do next if this were to happen, and if you play the game, you might find some hints on what that idea is. Well, it just so happens that the game was indeed not successful, either due to the fact that a Sonic RPG didn't exactly mesh well to the platforming nature of the franchise, or
they can make it.
I don't know why.
They can make it just like Mario RPG. Can Sonic just do that? Can they just take an idea from Mario RPG, just do like the little timing things? That'd be cute.
Yeah, I mean, totally they could. I mean, Sonic has already been like taking ideas from Mario at this point anyway. I mean, like that's basically what Sonic Shuffle is just a worse Mario Party. Like and like fundamentally Sonic Shuffle is a worse Mario Party because it gets rid of the whole it gets rid of dice in exchange for using like number cards, but the AI is broken so it knows what your cards are, so it knows always to steal your cards rather than because you can like either use your cards or you can steal somebody else's cards and use one of their cards. but you're not supposed to know what their cards are. But the AI always knows what your cards are.
Is Sonic Lost Worlds Mario Galaxy? Is that like an attempt? Kind of.
Yeah, Sonic Lost World was made.
Wow.
Essentially, like Sonic Lost World was made.
Galaxy. Wow.
Well, it wasn't made to compete with Mario Galaxy. Sonic Lost World was developed jointly between Sega and Nintendo, specifically as a Sonic game meant to appeal to Mario fans, to try to get Mario fans on board with Sonic. Because Sonic Lost World, Sonic Lost World up until like a few years ago was a Wii U exclusive.
So yeah, I remember the Wii era with Super Mario Galaxy. It was also the same era where Mario and Sonic may like finally like started like doing stuff together, like the Olympics, being in Smash Bros. Brawl. It was like, yeah, we're no longer rivals, we're buddies. Tee. So let's help each other somehow.
Yeah, don't even get me started on like the fact that like at the same time that Mario kids were getting Mario Galaxy, Sonic was getting like Sonic 06. Don't even get me started on that.
Didn't even crack
that's its own unique video.
Sold, which you can compare to like the billion DSs that were sold, was a bit dire.
Yep.
It's
finally time for that moment.
Simple is better
Probably
sometimes.
one of the reasons why Sega felt it was.
Oh my god! For some reason, oh my god! I never saw the sprite of Cream from looking forward. Look at her eyes.
Yeah, all the characters have giant bug eyes. All of them have that.
I thought Knuckles had like cute kawaii eyes. I was gonna comment on that earlier, but right now looking at Cream eyes, she's like, bro. I was like, this is like
the horrors that they have seen.
Maybe one more big reason.
And here's the other big issue.
Problems actually didn't stop.
What's the issue?
No. He's getting ready to talk about it.
Oh,
the other thing that killed Sonic Chronicles.
Barely begun. But before they've barely begun, let me throw to. This is the thing, right?
Yes, it is.
All right. Okay. So a man that needs no introduction.
Thank you, you're too kind. So about 3 months after the debut of the Brotherhood of Darkness, a copyright claim was filed against both Sega and Archie Comics Publishing by Ken Penders, one of the writers of the Bluebirds official comic book series that
Say no more. I hate that man.
Yeah.
1992.
Yeah, if you know anything about Ken Penders.
Almost all of it. His case alleged that he owned all of the unique characters that had been born from deep within the Sonic pit store in said run, and that they were his own intellectual property. Now, Sega and Archie Comics were not going to take this lying down, which is something I would be saying if they didn't do exactly that. They simply ignored Pender's case for almost 2 years, providing no communication to him, his lawyers, or the copyright gods. The case kept progressing regardless, and when it showed no signs of slowing down, Archie and his Riverdale law firm finally filed a cease and desist order against Penders. They alleged that since the comic book was based on a licensed franchise, that all the work was the property of Sega, and that Penders had no legal right to any of it. For an example, Nintendo allowed Rare to utilize its characters for Donkey Kong Country, but that didn't mean Rare owned K. Rool or fucking Lanky Kong, not even sure why they want him. It just meant that you were working on someone else's IP.
Don't fuck with Lanky
Kong. You
don't
own that IP or any of the OCs you made under that IP. It's just not how it works. Now, since both Sega and Archie ghosted the case for so long and delayed things even further with the cease and desist, the statute of limitations on his initial trademark filing ran out and thus was eventually dismissed. Mr. Penders denied his satisfaction, then filed another lawsuit against Sega and Electronic Arts for copyright infringement, citing similarities between his work and Sonic Chronicles. This was specifically in regards to the Nocturnus clan and his own Dark Legion, which just might be some of the most generic and common antagonistic forces a video game can have. I digress. This lawsuit lingered on for almost 2 more years until October of 2000.
Yeah, man, fuck off! This is I hate people like
Penders
this.
Is such a shittily litigious person. Like, on top of just being a bad writer and a bad person in general, like don't even get me started on some of the fucked up storylines. It's probably him just like rage baiting on Twitter, but like the fact that he wanted to do like some in what is essentially a children's comic book, he wanted to introduce some elements of some mild cuckoldry in Sonic the Hedgehog is
That's a fun set of words. This is how I feel right now.
Basically there was an arc in the Sonic comics where it's like Sonic's
Humans.
world got invaded by like some brain aliens, and to defeat them, Sonic had to like take their black hole generator, reverse the polarity, and destroy it, which resulted in him getting blasted to the other side of the galaxy. And like the next story arc throughout the comic was Sonic working his way home, only to find out that a year had passed on Mobius while he was gone. And like this might have been him just like rage baiting on Twitter, because it's all Ken really does these days is just rage bait on Twitter, because he doesn't really have anything more meaningful to contribute to Sonic discussion anymore.
Oof.
But he wanted to do a storyline where while Sonic was gone, Sonic's off and on girlfriend Sally Acorn was going to have her cherry popped by his OC Geoffrey St. John. And you want to know the?
I kind of believe you. I kind of believe every word you said right now.
You want to know the most fucked up part about it, though?
What was it? It was on the NTR.
Sally Acorn. No. Sally Acorn is 16. Geoffrey St. John is 23.
Okay, moving on. Okay, now the image of Cream the Rabbit on the screen actually represents me like really.
I have no mouth, and I must scream. Oh God.
Damn it. Penders. It's like that one Powerpuff Girl, that one Powerpuff Girl moment with the self-insert.
Oh my God. Oh my God. No. No.
Brother, oh hell no.
Oh hell no.
Yo, Shady, whoa. That's fun. I know. I read it. It's like, oof. I get it.
13, when
They can't
Archie
be on my
Comics
YouTube
claimed
channel.
that Penders had signed a work-for-hire contract, which would have invalidated all of his claims. However, their team of lawyers, headed up by Jughead Jones, were not actually able to produce said contract.
Well,
and since Penders
thanks for the
wasn't gonna
information.
Go,
No.
yeah, that thing, I got it right here somewhere. So the judge had no choice but to dismiss the whole thing again. That wasn't going to be the end of it, though, as Penders had stated his intention to further pursue the matter. So in an outstanding example of, just fuck it, Archie Comics and Penders reached an undisclosed settlement, and to further avoid any other legal complications, Archie also decided to just grab a Chaos Emerald and to induce
Chaos control!
and to just nuke the entire continuity, erasing dozens of original characters.
Yep. That is basically what happened. There was a story arc in the Archie comics called it was the Super Genesis Wave, which was basically a way to reboot the timeline. And it sucked too, because it was right in the middle of one of the most compelling storylines in Archie comics, which was being written by Ian Flynn at the time. Because Ken Penders had left the comics at like issue, I want to say like issue like 160 or something. It was, I can't remember exactly where, but Ken left the comics. Ian Flynn took over and picked up the writing full time. And it was in the middle of a big thing that was going on. And while, yes, it was done in a really cool way because they crossed over the Sonic Archie comics with the Mega Man Archie comics. So we had a Sonic Mega Man crossover of like Dr. Eggman and Dr. Wily teaming up to try to beat Sonic and Mega Man.
That was a good comic, though.
Oh, yeah, it is. But like basically they used that crossover as an excuse to just reboot the entire timeline to bring the Archie comics closer into canon with the games, and wiped out so much of like the background cast of the Archie comics that were tangentially related to Ken Penders stuff.
They needed to detox. Basically.
Yeah, essentially.
They needed to detox.
It's a shame too, because like so many other her original characters that weren't even Ken Penders related got nuked too. Like one of my favorite Archie originals is like Mina Mongoose, who's like a fledgling speedster who was like initially training with Sonic to control her speed, and like she's also like a musician. Oh God, Geoffrey St. John. Oh God.
Me with no tacos.
Me, oh, that's me. There's fucking taco meat is sitting on my stove right now.
Yeah, at
We
least
got some,
this
got
is
some
like
taco meats sitting on the stove right now, and I need to make some tacos.
Oh dang! Oh,
God, Ken Penders is responsible for writing some of the worst shit in Sonic. Don't even get me started on the time. Like, don't.
I was gonna say like there was like a match on par.
Don't
like,
even
he
get me
really-
started on the time that Ken Penders kind of low key wrote a. I don't know, like. I'm trying to find a way to word this without having to get bleeped on YouTube.
It's a challenge.
Yeah.
Accept it.
Okay. So basically, he did a whole storyline where Sonic got kidnapped by his evil doppelganger, which was just evil Sonic at the time before he became Scourge. Because one of Ian Flynn's first actions as head writer was to do a storyline where the alternate timeline evil Sonic was transformed into Scourge the Hedgehog. And evil Sonic in the other timeline, before he became Scourge, he basically was just Sonic in a pair of black Oakleys and leather gloves and boots and a jacket.
My OC do not steal.
Yeah, literally. I have an image that is I made an image that I would post, but it's on my laptop, and my laptop's far away.
Let's finish the video.
Let's finish the video.
Characters, especially any echidnas.
He made the
Fortunately,
echidna
since they were
yachts.
clearly the property of Sega, both Knuckles and
he made
Takalsi
all the
survived that great
echidnas,
purge, though. As you
except
can
for them.
imagine, comic book nerds and Sonic nerds, just nerds in general, weren't happy about this, considering how much material was being erased and rebooted, but it was the only surefire way to wipe their hands of the whole affair. Logically, then, if they wanted to keep said hands clean, then the Sonic Chronicles storyline would pretty much need to stay abandoned. If Sega did decide to do something with it, then Penders would be within his legal rights to raise a legal stink once more. And just,
oh my god.
Look, everyone is so tired of this. This, coupled with the low sales, is the real reason why the game will most likely never see a sequel. The mid to late 2000s was a rough time for Sonic in general, believe me. I know that, you know that, your grandma knows that. And while Sonic Chronicles itself wasn't some inexcusable affront to gaming, it really didn't deserve to have all this baggage attached to it. Now, it's true that the fastest thing alive doesn't perfectly fit into an RPG mold as of yet, but it still would have been nice if we had another shot at it. However, as we've seen, due to poor timing, a rushed schedule, and just plain old bad luck, it didn't work out. And honestly,
that's no good.
Spoken like a true Sonic fan. Man, this thing sure didn't work out, but if X, Y, or Z were completely different, it might have been awesome.
That's patronizing.
Many such cases in Sonic history.
That's great.
Yeah, literally.
Well, thank you, Johnny, for joining us on the What
That is
Happened
honestly
stage, and
literally
also,
what
can
happens to
folks at
Sonic most of
home
the time.
Expect on your channel next.
Well, first off, thank you for inviting me for this episode. It's always a
But we still love Sonic. That's the point.
But
it's like, oh my god,
you can find
I'm
all
still.
the delicious.
How can I say this? I'm still hung up on this topic from yesterday, which is like people talk to me about the Mega Man games. I don't want to deviate too much from the point of this video, but people talk to me about the Mega Man games. Like everybody loves Mega Man, but then you tell them like, hey, what do we think about the X series? Play only like 70%. Play only like 30% of them. Like the other 70%, it's just kind of not good. But then why do you like this franchise? It's like 70% of it's like hated. It's because there are elements in it, like such cool characters, so you kind of like. Some gameplay is not bad all the time, but then most of it is just like it could have been better. It just ends up it's on that line. It could have been better, and there was potential. So we still love these characters for what they are and what they brought us.
The way
in the beginning.
the way I imagine it, like, because I know like the last X game was what, X7, the one with like the one that
8.
like. Oh, 8. Okay, I'm thinking about like X7, which is the really bad one. But
yeah, 8 was really bad.
Like,
8 fixed something.
Like, I mean, the way I see it, if they want to make like a 3D platforming Mega Man X game without having to just fall back into doing like 2D again, just do like Mega Man X, but with like gameplay of Devil May Cry. Imagine that.
I would have to visualize that a little better, but I understand what you're.
What
you're getting at.
Like incorporate a bit more, incorporate a bit more shooting. Like rather than like swordplay with shooting gameplay, do who's shooting with swordplay gameplay.
Like hey, even Mega Man Legends, it's like not a fast-paced shooter, but it's kind of like clunky how you like turn from side to side. It's from
like
the time
the
where
tank controls is dog shit. Dog shit tank controls.
I mean, it's there's a place in my heart where I like controllers like that because they can be like a challenge. You know,
they can be challenges. But like you want gameplay to be like cohesive. But like the way I see it is like for Mega Man X, with how much of like how fast paced like the first 3 Mega Man X games are, with like you dashing around, wall kicking, all that stuff. Like,
I think
like
they went they kind of went back.
Fast paced, like capturing like that fast paced combat, like of like Mega Man X. I think the perfect example would be like something like.
What's a fast 3D game that has like a lot of quick action? You said Devil May Cry, and it's like Devil May Cry gives the illusion of fast, but it's actually not fast. It's more like
Devil May Cry, maybe like as much as the story gets flack, the gameplay of something like Metroid Other M, which is like
Bayonetta,
because it's like
Sonic. Imagine Mega Man as Bayonetta. Well, that's deviating too much from the topic for that. Let's wrap it up here.
Morsels and
wrap up. We're
deviating. Of games and dedicated marathons. In fact, I'm getting ready to start
They always said, and all I brought this up is for one reason. This one specific game, the Sonic Chronicles and the Dark Brotherhood, is it completely a bad game? It's the reason why things like, like the gray area exists. I'm talking from like a 3 out of 10. Is it a 1 out of 10 or is it a 3 out of 10? It's probably a solid like 4.5 out of 10.
Final Fantasy Marathon. Got a lot to say about that series.
It's got some Sonic goodness in there, but it also has like.
If you're at all interested,
it could have been better material.
My Kingdom Hearts videos, my Metal Gear Solid videos, and I mentioned the Sonic videos. Whatever you decide to do, I appreciate your time and company. Please stay safe out there.
Never know the worst. Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
And if you folks at home know of any other misfortunate
Thanks, Johnny.
I can never say this. Anthropomorphic misfires, let me know in the comments below. Spin dash over to my Twitter or grind the rails over to the Flophouse VIP Patreon and become a big boss and nominate the subject of a future episode. See you next time, and thanks for watching.
Thank you for the video, Mad Muscles. Give it a watch. And also, thank you for joining me for this one. This was a really good suggestion. I like picking on these videos, and they're so freaking cool. Thank you, Packrat. Go check them out on YouTube. On the comment section when I drop this link. Woo!
Woo!